Welcome to this month's edition of the Kicho Wong Dong series. In part 6 we'll be looking at the Chungko Sansu Maki. Chungko means front stance, Sansu means two hand, and Maki means block. So we're going to break that down. First of all, I'm going to teach you how to do a correct front stance. Then I'm going to teach you about the two hand motion, and then we're going to get into some drills and practices to make your technique better. All stances come from your Chung Jasa, standard position. This one steps forward with the front leg bent, preferably at a 90-degree angle, and the back leg straight. Make sure that both toes are facing forward. Remember, it's a front stance, so toes are going forward. If your toes turn to the back, your hips will start to turn out, and this will not be a strong stance. So make sure that your feet are parallel underneath your shoulders, and make sure that your shoulders are over your hips, not leaning forward. A good drill to test this is to get someone to push you in the stance. If your stance is too narrow, just with fingers you'll be able to push your partner over, or if their feet are too far back, then they'll fall backwards. So make sure parallel stance is stepping out at the same time. Obviously the block is a reinforced in-to-out block, so you need to have your in-to-out block correct. Make sure that the hand is in front of your face, not out to the side, left or right, and it's not too long or too narrow. So this protects your face and your body. It is also a lot stronger in this angle, as a straight arm that is out long will be easy to pull down, and a bent arm that is close to the body will not give you much defense. So make sure that you have the in-to-out motion first, then it's time to add the two hands. So bring your hands to your side and then bring them across in your front with the other hand reinforcing. Remember that this hand is not touching. It may appear that it's touching the dobok, but you shouldn't touch the actual skin, as this breaks the circuit, and we'll be going into a drill for that later. When you bring your arms in, this is also a block. So this is like drawing a sword, coming to your waist and then releasing. So you twist, pull in, gather your energy as you're breathing in, and then release and breathe out. Make sure that this arm is in line with the elbow, not too high, not too low. Once you have the arm movement standing, i.e. that you're using your waist to bring the technique up and not just your arms, not going in front of your face, make sure it crosses your body, because the block will happen in the transition, not at the end of the move. Make sure that your arm is not too high or not too low. Remember, if your arm is too high, you can't see what you're blocking, and your stomach is open, and if it's too low, your face is open. Make sure that it's perfectly here, so I can easily crunch or lift without moving the arm much. Common mistakes I see with this practice is the angle of the supported arm. Remember that this side of the arm is the blade, the strong part for blocking, much like our low block. If I turn the hand down, this is the soft part of my arm now. So if anything hits this, it's not very strong. So turn the arm over so that it's strong, and then it comes together. Make sure that you are blocking and stepping forward at the same time. Never step forward and then perform the block after you've stepped. You're taking away all your natural momentum. So remember, you chamber, breathe in. As you breathe out, you step and perform the block all in one motion. Another common mistake I see is that people are coming forward, so they're leaning forward. Try and keep upright at all times. The next common mistake is people stepping forward with their shoulder back. Make sure that you rotate your shoulder so it's in line with everything. It's parallel to what you're facing. So shoulders are square, hips are square, toes facing forward. Never be tempted to have this shoulder back, because again, this hip turns back and it takes away your power. Once you feel you have the drill down, it is important to test it. A fun game to play with juniors or seniors is a little zombie game. Your partner will bring their hands up. Make sure the fingers aren't facing forward, because this can obviously poke eyes, that they're here and they're walking towards you slowly. You can move out of the way in many ways, by ducking, parrying, pivoting, but the best way to throw your partner from turning on you is to use this very strong Chungko Sansu Maki in front stance and then immediately parry off. And you can go either way, left or right. The second drill is when you are grappling with your partner. Oftentimes it's hard to get an upper hand. You want to form an underhook. You form this with your supporting Chungko Sansu Maki block. And then you either take your partner to a direction, for example, like in the form Pyong Samdan, or you can go straight forward a la Pyong Idan. So come over the arm, above their elbow, close to the body, and bring them in. This will bring them down. Then use your blocking hand to push on their neck and then come forward in the front stance. Final drill is very simple but very important, that when you form the block, your arms are not touching each other. If you make connection with your arm will become weak because you have broken the circuit. You need to become very close so you're still protecting yourself. Don't make it wide, but it cannot touch. So simply, as your students go through, just pull the arm down. You can also do this as partners and not look at the partner's other arm to check whether they're doing it correctly or not. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for the Chung Sansu Mahk. There are many other drills and ways of improving this block. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you would like to see more techniques like this, please leave a comment below. Thank you very much. Tang Su.